Welcome, seekers of wisdom and clarity, to a transformative exploration of Stoic pragmatism. In our past discussions, we've delved deep into the heart of Stoic philosophy, its timeless teachings on perception, emotional mastery, self-awareness, and the disciplined pursuit of purposeful action. These principles have illuminated a path towards self-mastery, offering a roadmap to navigate the trials of life with composure and integrity. Yet today, we turn the page to something equally vital, applying Stoicism in practical, tangible ways to confront life's complexities head-on. Philosophy, as the Stoics saw it, was never meant to remain an intellectual exercise confined to abstract thought or ivory towers. It was, and still is, a guide for living, a framework for enduring life's unpredictability with grace and fortitude. This isn't about retreating into meditative isolation. It's about rolling up your sleeves and engaging with the world, armed with principles that ground you amidst chaos. This episode is your invitation to embrace pragmatism the Stoic way, a practice of simplicity, resilience, and thoughtful action. Imagine for a moment the whirlwind of modern life, the relentless tide of notifications, the endless pursuit of perfection, the undercurrent of anxiety about things we cannot control. The Stoics faced their own storms, from the perils of political intrigue to the struggles of personal loss. Yet their wisdom endures because it speaks to universal truths about human existence. They teach us to let go of the unattainable, to embrace the imperfect, and to focus intently on what is within our power. In the journey ahead, we will unpack 10 profound lessons rooted in Stoic pragmatism, each crafted to help you bridge the gap between contemplation and action. These lessons are not merely intellectual curiosities. They are tools, tested by centuries and designed to bring clarity to your mind, strength to your character, and purpose to your days. Together, we will explore how to overcome the perfectionist's trap, cultivate a resilient mindset, and harness the power of silence and adaptability. So, if you're ready to transcend the noise, embrace the unvarnished truth of life, and equip yourself with the wisdom to thrive, let us embark on this journey. The Stoics believe that a life well lived is not without its challenges, but is defined by how we rise to meet them. Let's learn to rise, together, with clarity, courage, and unyielding resolve. Lesson 1. The perfection trap, why good enough, is the key to progress. Let us begin our journey into Stoic pragmatism with a truth that is as liberating as it is challenging to embrace. Perfection is a mirage. In a world inundated with curated images of ideal lives, flawless achievements, and seamless successes, it's easy to be ensnared by the belief that perfection is both possible and necessary. Social media amplifies this illusion, presenting us with highlight reels of others' accomplishments while masking the effort, failure, and imperfection that underpin them. The Stoics, however, urge us to step back, to question this relentless pursuit, and to recognize that chasing perfection is often a path to frustration, paralysis, and disillusionment. Perfection, to the Stoic mind, is a distraction, a moving target that perpetually eludes us, consuming our energy and distorting our focus. They understood that life is inherently imperfect, unpredictable, and often messy. Attempting to sculpt a flawless life not only ignores this reality, but also blinds us to the beauty and lessons embedded within imperfection itself. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, don't let your mind be enslaved by external distractions. Recognize what's within your power and act accordingly. Striving for perfection is an attempt to control the uncontrollable, an exercise in futility. So, how do we liberate ourselves from the perfection trap? The Stoics offer us a roadmap, starting with a powerful reframing. Progress, not perfection, should be our aim. Instead of fixating on an unattainable ideal, focus on the incremental steps that move you forward. Celebrate small victories, learn from mistakes, and cultivate resilience. Every stumble is an opportunity to adapt, every imperfection a reminder of your humanity. As Epictetus taught, freedom is the ability to live as we will. To achieve it, we must release ourselves from the chains of unrealistic expectations. Another essential principle is to set realistic, grounded expectations. The Stoics encourage us to assess our resources, time, energy, and abilities, honestly. Unrealistic goals, while initially motivating, can quickly morph into burdens, crushing our confidence and enthusiasm. By acknowledging our limitations and working within them, we empower ourselves to achieve sustainable growth and to enjoy the process rather than fearing failure. Equally important is the practice of self-compassion. Too often, our internal dialogue is harsh and unforgiving, a relentless critic that amplifies our shortcomings. The Stoics remind us to temper this self-judgment, treating ourselves with the same kindness we would offer a dear friend. Mistakes are not failures but stepping stones, integral to the process of learning and growth. Finally, the Stoics guide us to find joy in the journey. The act of creation, learning, and striving has intrinsic value, independent of the outcome. By anchoring our satisfaction in the process, we free ourselves from the anxiety of reaching an imagined pinnacle of perfection. This perspective allows us to remain present, to savor each moment, and to appreciate the progress we've made, however small. In letting go of the illusion of perfection, we do not lower our standards or abandon our aspirations. Rather, we align ourselves with reality, embracing a more pragmatic, compassionate, and fulfilling approach to life. The pursuit of good enough does not signify mediocrity. It is an acknowledgement of our humanity and a commitment to steady, meaningful progress. The Stoics teach us that true excellence lies not in flawlessness but in resilience, adaptability, and the courage to keep moving forward. Let us embrace this wisdom, not as a resignation, but as a profound act of liberation. Lesson 2. The Stoic Workspace, Mastering Productivity from Within. In an age obsessed with optimization, we often fall prey to the myth that productivity is dependent on external circumstances, the perfect desk setup, the latest technology, or a meticulously curated routine. Yet, the Stoics remind us that true productivity and fulfillment are not tethered to such externalities. Instead, they arise from within, shaped by focus, discipline, and a deep commitment to purpose. Marcus Aurelius, writing amidst the grandeur and distraction of a Roman palace, observed, "You can work anywhere, even in a palace," underscoring a profound truth. Your mind is your ultimate workspace. The modern world inundates us with promises of perfection, books and blogs on the ideal workspace, apps claiming to unlock unprecedented efficiency, and a culture that venerates the image of the unyielding hustler. But the Stoics would urge us to pause and consider. Are these tools liberating us or chaining us to endless cycles of consumption and dependency? They believe that success is not achieved by perfecting our environment, but by mastering our internal state. The tools may assist, but the work begins and ends with the mind. The foundation of the Stoic workspace is inner focus. In a world teeming with distractions, cultivating the ability to concentrate on the present moment is an act of rebellion and self-mastery. It requires training the mind to resist the siren call of social media, incessant notifications, and the temptation to multitask. Practices such as mindfulness and intentional breathing, though ancient, are as relevant today as they were millennia ago. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we create a mental clarity that fosters creativity, problem-solving, and purposeful action. Another cornerstone is adaptability. The Stoics knew that life is inherently unpredictable. Clinging to rigid routines or ideal conditions leaves us vulnerable to frustration and stagnation when disruptions inevitably arise. Instead, they championed a mindset of flexibility, learning to adapt to any environment, whether it be the chaos of a bustling city, the solitude of a quiet room, or the unpredictability of remote work. This adaptability transforms obstacles into opportunities, allowing us to thrive regardless of external circumstances. The Stoics also emphasize the power of simplicity. In a world that equates sophistication with excess, they remind us that productivity often flourishes in minimalism. Seneca once remarked, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Apply this wisdom to your tools. Use only what is essential, shedding the unnecessary clutter that distracts rather than empowers. A notebook and pen can be as effective as the most advanced technology if the mind behind them is focused and disciplined. Lastly, the Stoic workspace invites us to seek the elusive yet transformative state of flow, a deep immersion in the task at hand where time seems to melt away. This flow state is not achieved through external manipulation, but through alignment with one's passions and purpose. Whether you are writing, designing, or solving a complex problem, the Stoics teach us to find meaning in the act itself, letting it become a source of fulfillment rather than merely a means to an end. In cultivating this mindset, we liberate ourselves from the tyranny of the perfect environment and reclaim our autonomy. The Stoics show us that the essence of productivity lies not in where we work, but in how we work. By focusing on inner discipline, embracing adaptability, simplifying our tools, and seeking flow, we create a workspace that transcends physical boundaries, a workspace built within the vast, untapped potential of our own minds. Let us carry this Stoic wisdom forward, transforming not just how we work, but how we live. Lesson 3. The Location Myth, Finding Contentment Wherever You Are. In a world dominated by idyllic Instagram backdrops and the lure of tropical getaways, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that happiness resides in a specific location. We convince ourselves that a better city, a larger house, or a distant paradise holds the key to fulfillment. Yet, the Stoics, ever the masters of unshakable contentment, challenge this notion with a timeless truth. Where you live is far less important than how you live. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, you can live well anywhere, so long as you live wisely and justly. Fulfillment, in the Stoic sense, is an internal state, not a matter of geography. This belief in location-based happiness is a symptom of what modern psychology calls the grass is always greener syndrome. Restless yearning for what lies beyond our immediate surroundings. It's tempting to believe that if we could just escape the confines of our current environment, all our problems would melt away. But how often do we see people relocate to their dream destinations only to carry with them the same anxieties, frustrations, and unresolved conflicts? As Seneca wisely observed, you must change your soul, not your sky. To break free from this myth, the Stoics urge us to focus on what is within our control, our mindset, our actions, and our values. Life's challenges and joys exist everywhere. They are not confined to particular zip codes. By shifting our attention inward and cultivating virtues such as gratitude, wisdom, and resilience, we unlock the ability to live well regardless of our external circumstances. Equally important is the practice of contentment. The Stoics teach us to appreciate the present moment, to find joy in what we already have rather than fixating on what we lack. Gratitude, practiced daily, transforms ordinary experiences into sources of profound satisfaction. Consider the warmth of a simple meal, the laughter of a friend, or the beauty of a sunset. These moments, often overlooked, are the true treasures of life. Another crucial element of Stoic living is to anchor yourself in purpose. Happiness is not found in a place, but in the pursuit of meaning. Whether you're contributing to your community, deepening your relationships, or striving to embody wisdom and justice, a life rich in purpose transcends the boundaries of location. The Stoics believe that living in alignment with one's values imbues every setting, whether a bustling city or a quiet countryside, with significance. Finally, the Stoics remind us to embrace the present moment. Regret over the past and anxiety about the future cloud our ability to savor the here and now. By centering ourselves in the present, we not only find peace but also discover the beauty inherent in our current surroundings, however imperfect they may seem. In today's world, this Stoic approach is more relevant than ever. Whether we're digital nomads chasing new horizons, professionals relocating for work, or simply dreaming of an escape, the temptation to link happiness to a physical place is omnipresent. But by adopting the Stoic perspective, we liberate ourselves from this false narrative. We learn to see that fulfillment is not something we find out there, but something we create within. So, let us challenge the location myth. Let us cultivate gratitude, seek purpose, and embrace the present wherever we find ourselves. For as the Stoics knew, the secret to a good life isn't about where we live, but about how we live, and that wisdom has no borders. Lesson 4. The Blame Game Busters, Reclaiming Power Through Personal Responsibility. Blaming others. It's a reflex as old as humanity itself. When things go wrong, our first instinct is often to point fingers, seeking solace in the idea that the fault lies elsewhere. It's tempting, even comforting, to believe that our struggles stem from external forces, an unreasonable boss, an unsupportive partner, or an unfair system. Yet, the Stoics, ever the advocates of self-mastery, warn us that this habit comes at a high cost. Blaming others is not only a distraction, but also a surrender of our power. Epictetus captures this truth succinctly. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. To play the blame game is to waste precious energy lamenting what lies beyond our control, while neglecting the one realm where we have absolute authority: our own thoughts, decisions, and actions. The Stoics saw personal responsibility not as a burden, but as an opportunity to reclaim agency and transform adversity into growth. Breaking free from the blame cycle begins with a courageous act: owning your choices. When faced with failure or conflict, the Stoics urge us to pause and ask, what role did I play in this? This question is not an exercise in self-flagellation, but a doorway to self-awareness. By acknowledging our contribution, we gain clarity and open ourselves to the possibility of change. Every misstep becomes a lesson, every setback a stepping stone. Equally important is the Stoic focus on what is within our control. Blame often arises from frustration over things we cannot change: other people's actions, societal systems, or the unpredictable nature of life itself. Yet, the Stoics remind us that these externals are irrelevant to our inner peace. What truly matters is how we choose to respond. Will we dwell in resentment, or will we act with wisdom and integrity? By redirecting our focus inward, we shift from victimhood to empowerment. The practice of self-compassion is another key Stoic strategy. Taking responsibility does not mean berating ourselves for every misstep. Instead, it calls for treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer a trusted friend. Mistakes are inevitable. They are also invaluable teachers. The Stoics encourage us to learn, forgive, and move forward with renewed resolve. Finally, the Stoics advocate for a solution-oriented mindset. Rather than fixating on blame, they urge us to channel our energy into problem-solving. What can be done to improve the situation? How can we prevent similar issues in the future? This proactive approach not only fosters growth, but also cultivates a sense of agency and hope. In our modern world, where blame is amplified by social media and cultural narratives, the Stoic approach is more relevant than ever. From workplace disputes to global challenges, it's easy to feel powerless and seek solace in assigning fault. Yet, as the Stoics teach us, true strength lies not in absolving ourselves of responsibility, but in embracing it fully. So let us leave behind the blame game, and step into the transformative power of personal responsibility. Let us own our choices, focus on what we can control, and seek solutions with courage and clarity. For in doing so, we reclaim our power, not only to navigate life's challenges, but to shape our destiny with wisdom and purpose. Lesson 5. The quiet strength, the transformative power of silence. In a world consumed by ceaseless noise and endless chatter, silence often feels like an endangered virtue. Social media, 24/7 news cycles, and constant notifications bombard our senses, urging us to react, speak, and engage without pause. Yet, the Stoics understood that silence is not emptiness. It is power, clarity, and wisdom in its purest form. In moments of silence, we create space for reflection, for understanding, and for intentional action. As the poet Hesiod aptly said, "A sparing tongue is the best treasure," a sentiment the Stoics embraced as a cornerstone of self-mastery. The modern world often mistakes verbosity for intelligence and quick reactions for strength, but the Stoics knew better. They recognized that in the absence of noise lies a profound ability to think deeply, respond wisely, and connect authentically. Silence is not passivity. It is a deliberate choice to step back, observe, and engage only when necessary. Seneca captured this beautifully when he wrote, "Nothing is more honorable than a man who knows when to speak and when to stay silent." Practicing silence begins with mastering the pause, that brief moment before we respond to a challenge, conflict, or opportunity. In the heat of an argument or the throes of frustration, silence offers us a chance to regain composure, consider our words, and avoid the regret of impulsive reactions. This pause is not weakness. It is strength underpinned by self-control. By choosing our words carefully, we wield them with precision, making them more impactful and meaningful. Silence is also the foundation of listening, an art that has been increasingly overshadowed by the desire to be heard. True listening demands presence, patience, and humility. When we silence our inner monologue, the constant urge to formulate responses, defend our perspectives, or assert our knowledge, we open ourselves to deeper connections. We hear not just words but emotions, intentions, and unspoken truths. As Epictetus reminded us, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Moreover, silence fosters self-reflection. In the stillness, we confront our thoughts, motivations, and actions with honesty and clarity. It is here, in the quiet corners of the mind, that growth takes root. Silence allows us to discern what truly matters, separate distractions from priorities, and align our actions with our values. For the Stoics, this internal dialogue was essential to living a life of virtue and purpose. Yet, cultivating silence in today's world is not without challenges. The relentless demands for engagement can make stillness feel counterintuitive, even uncomfortable. But the Stoics urge us to resist this pull, reminding us that silence is a tool, not a retreat. It equips us to face the world with greater wisdom, resilience, and intention. Modern examples abound of silence's quiet strength. Consider the negotiator who wields silence as a tool to create leverage, the therapist who uses it to allow clients to explore their emotions, or the artist who finds inspiration in solitude. These moments of deliberate quiet are not voids but crucibles of creativity, insight, and connection. So, let us reclaim the power of silence. Let us embrace its stillness as a means to clarity, strength, and self-awareness. By speaking less and listening more, by pausing before reacting, and by reflecting before acting, we cultivate a quiet strength that no noise can overwhelm. For in the silence lies the essence of Stoic wisdom, the ability to master oneself and engage with the world in a way that is thoughtful, deliberate, and deeply impactful. Lesson 6. The Stoic Upgrade, Embracing the Endless Path of Self-Improvement. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a profound and humbling realization. We are perpetual works in progress. Life is not about arriving at a final state of perfection, but about continuously striving to refine ourselves, to grow, and to embody virtues that enrich our existence. The Stoics believe that the journey of self-improvement is endless, not because we are flawed, but because there is always more to learn, more to become. As Epictetus said, progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily. In a society enamored with instant results and quick fixes, the Stoic approach to self-improvement stands in stark contrast. It is not a race to achieve a certain status or skill, but a deliberate, ongoing process of cultivation. The Stoics teach us that true growth comes not from fleeting achievements, but from consistent effort and reflection. It requires patience, discipline, and, above all, a willingness to confront our own shortcomings with honesty and humility. One of the foundational principles of Stoic self-improvement is embracing challenges. The Stoics viewed adversity not as a barrier, but as a catalyst for growth. Seneca reminded us that difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Each obstacle we face is an opportunity to test our resilience, to refine our character, and to deepen our understanding of the world. By leaning into challenges rather than avoiding them, we develop the fortitude to navigate life's complexities with grace. Another cornerstone is the practice of deliberate self-reflection. The Stoics encouraged regular introspection, asking ourselves questions such as, am I living in alignment with my values? What virtues am I cultivating? Where have I fallen short, and how can I do better? This process is not about self-criticism, but about self-awareness. It is a way to track our progress, celebrate our growth, and identify areas where we can improve. Equally vital is the cultivation of virtues. The Stoics identified 4 cardinal virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, as guiding principles for a life well lived. These virtues are not abstract ideals, but practical tools for navigating daily life. Wisdom helps us discern right from wrong. Courage empowers us to face fear. Justice reminds us to act with fairness and integrity, and temperance teaches us self-control. By actively practicing these virtues, we create a foundation for meaningful growth. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of lifelong learning. They believed that the pursuit of knowledge was integral to self-improvement. This doesn't mean accumulating facts for the sake of it, but seeking out insights that deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world. Whether through reading, conversation, or personal experience, every day offers opportunities to learn and grow. In today's fast-paced world, this Stoic approach to self-improvement feels more relevant than ever. We often fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others, measuring our worth by external markers of success. The Stoics remind us that true progress is internal. It is about becoming better than we were yesterday, not better than someone else. It is about focusing on the process, not the outcome. By embracing this endless path of self-improvement, we free ourselves from the pressure of perfection and the fear of failure. We learn to find joy in the journey, to celebrate small victories, and to view setbacks as stepping stones. The Stoic upgrade is not a destination but a way of life, a commitment to growth, resilience, and the pursuit of excellence. So, let us take this to heart. Let us approach each day as an opportunity to improve, to learn, and to grow. Let us cultivate the virtues that define our character and embrace the challenges that refine our spirit. For in the Stoic path of self-improvement, we discover not just who we are, but who we are capable of becoming. Lesson 7. Premeditation of adversity, preparing for life without living in fear. Anxiety about the future is a universal burden. We anticipate challenges, worry about potential failures, and allow the shadows of uncertainty to loom over our present moments. But the Stoics, with their profound understanding of the human condition, offer a tool to confront this anxiety head-on. premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of adversity. This practice is not about indulging in fear or catastrophizing. Rather, it is about cultivating resilience by mentally preparing for life's inevitable trials while remaining grounded in the present. At first glance, premeditatio malorum may seem counterintuitive. Why dwell on negative possibilities? But the Stoics understood that ignoring potential difficulties does not make them disappear. It leaves us unprepared. By contemplating potential setbacks, we strip them of their power to surprise or overwhelm us. Seneca wrote, "Rehearse them in your mind. Exile, torture, war, shipwreck. All the terms of our human lot should be before our eyes." Far from promoting despair, this mental rehearsal equips us with the strength to face challenges with composure. The key to this practice lies in distinguishing preparation from preoccupation. The Stoics were not advocates of dwelling in negativity. Instead, they emphasized using this foresight as a way to strengthen our resolve. When we consider life's uncertainties with a calm and rational mind, we create space to formulate strategies, adapt to potential outcomes, and fortify our inner resources. We prepare not because we expect the worst, but because we understand that life, by its nature, is unpredictable. Another vital aspect of premeditatio malorum is the cultivation of gratitude through contrast. By imagining life without the people, comforts, or opportunities we often take for granted, we deepen our appreciation for them. This practice shifts our focus from what we fear to what we cherish, allowing us to approach the present with a renewed sense of value and joy. To truly benefit from this practice, the Stoics advise anchoring ourselves in the present moment. While we prepare for future adversities, we must resist the temptation to live in fear of them. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Do not let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." This balance between preparation and presence is the essence of Stoic wisdom. It ensures that while we are ready for what may come, we do not sacrifice the peace and clarity of now. Modern life offers countless examples of how this practice can transform our mindset. Consider the professional preparing for a high-stakes presentation. By rehearsing potential questions, envisioning technical failures, and planning responses, they walk into the room not paralyzed by fear, but empowered by readiness. Or take the parent teaching their child resilience by discussing how to handle disappointment before it arises. These moments illustrate that premeditatio malorum is not about surrendering to fear, but about reclaiming control. The true beauty of this practice is the paradox it reveals. By facing our fears, we often dissolve them. When we name the things that scare us and prepare for their possibility, they lose their grip on our minds. We come to see that even life's greatest uncertainties can be met with courage and clarity. Let us, then, embrace the wisdom of premeditatio malorum. Let us prepare for life's uncertainties not with dread, but with determination. Let us strengthen our resilience, deepen our gratitude, and remain steadfast in the present moment. For in doing so, we not only prepare for life's storms, but also find the calm within ourselves to weather them with grace. Lesson 8. The Stoic Chill, letting go of the small stuff. Life is a series of small, often unexpected annoyances. A rude comment, a missed bus, a spilled drink. These moments, though seemingly trivial, have an outsized ability to disrupt our peace. They demand our attention, ignite frustration, and often leave us dwelling on matters that, in the grand scheme of things, are insignificant. The Stoics, however, teach us to adopt a higher perspective, to remind ourselves that it's not the event itself, but our reaction to it, that defines our experience. As Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." At the heart of this practice is the ability to discern what truly matters. Too often, We magnify the importance of minor inconveniences, letting them dictate our mood and behavior. A harsh email becomes a personal attack. A traffic jam becomes a crisis. But the Stoics challenge us to step back and ask, will this matter tomorrow? Next week? In a year? This simple reframing allows us to shrink the problem down to its true size, freeing us from unnecessary stress. The Stoic chill is not about ignoring problems or suppressing emotions. It's about choosing your battles wisely. When we let every small irritation disrupt our inner peace, we scatter our energy and lose sight of what is truly meaningful. Instead, the Stoics encourage us to channel our attention and efforts toward what aligns with our values and goals. The ability to let go of the small stuff isn't passivity. It's an active, deliberate choice to prioritize what matters most. Practicing this mindset also requires developing patience and perspective. A delayed flight or a broken appliance can feel catastrophic in the moment, but viewed through the lens of Stoicism, these events are mere inconveniences, not life-altering disasters. Seneca wrote, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it?" By cultivating patience, we protect ourselves from the unnecessary harm of overreacting to trivial matters. Another essential element of the Stoic chill is the cultivation of gratitude. When we shift our focus from what's wrong to what's right, we develop a more balanced perspective. Gratitude reminds us that life is full of blessings, even amidst small frustrations. A delayed meeting can become an opportunity for reflection. A detour can reveal an unexpected view. This mindset transforms irritations into moments of growth and discovery. In modern life, the ability to remain unshaken by minor annoyances is a rare but invaluable skill. Consider the professional who maintains composure during a chaotic day, earning the respect of colleagues, or the parent who models calm resilience in the face of daily challenges, teaching their children the power of emotional stability. These examples illustrate that the Stoic chill is not just a philosophy. It's a way to lead by example and inspire those around us. Let us, then, take the Stoic approach to life's small disruptions. Let us practice perspective, patience, and gratitude, and remind ourselves that true strength lies in mastering our reactions. By choosing not to sweat the small stuff, we free ourselves to focus on what truly matters: our relationships, our purpose, and the pursuit of a life rich in meaning. For as the Stoics remind us, it's not the petty irritations that define us, but how we rise above them. Lesson 9. The intellectual Bling trap, pursuing wisdom over appearances. In a world overflowing with ideas, theories, and opinions, it's easy to fall into the trap of adopting ideas simply because they sound sophisticated or align with popular trends. The Stoics, however, remind us to resist this allure. True wisdom is not found in the complexity of an idea, but in its clarity, its truth, and its practical value. As Seneca wisely cautioned, do not be dazzled by the glitter of an idea. Look beneath its surface, examine its substance. This intellectual Bling trap is especially prevalent in the modern era, where platforms like social media elevate charisma over content and popularity over depth. We often find ourselves drawn to ideas that sparkle with eloquence or prestige, mistaking their style for substance. But the Stoics urge us to cultivate a discerning mind, one that seeks understanding rather than mere agreement, and truth rather than validation. The first step in avoiding this trap is to question everything. The Stoics teach us to critically examine every idea, regardless of its source. Is it supported by evidence? Does it align with reason? And most importantly, does it serve a meaningful purpose in your life? Epictetus reminds us, first, learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. Wisdom is not about parroting impressive phrases. It is about integrating knowledge that enriches your character and your actions. Another crucial practice is to test ideas against reality. It's one thing to discuss abstract principles, but quite another to apply them. The Stoics believe that philosophy is a tool for living, not just for thinking. Ask yourself, how does this idea hold up in the challenges of daily life? Does it help me become more virtuous, resilient, or focused? If an idea crumbles under the weight of real-world application, it is not wisdom, it is noise. The Stoics also emphasize the value of diverse perspectives. Engaging with viewpoints that challenge your own sharpens your understanding and broadens your horizon. In today's echo chambers, it's tempting to seek only the comfort of like-minded voices. But true wisdom often emerges from grappling with ideas that disrupt, provoke, and stretch our thinking. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Don't be overheard complaining about life at court, not even to yourself." A reminder that growth requires openness and humility. Lastly, the Stoics champion practical wisdom. An idea's worth is measured by how it impacts your life and the lives of those around you. Philosophy is not a collection of elegant phrases, it is a guide for action. The most valuable ideas are those that help you cultivate virtues like courage, justice, and temperance, and that bring clarity and purpose to your decisions. Modern life offers countless examples of the intellectual Bling trap. The self-help book filled with buzzwords but lacking substance, the charismatic speaker whose ideas evaporate under scrutiny, or the viral tweet that prioritizes wit over depth. The Stoics teach us to look beyond the surface, to value substance over style, and to align ourselves with truths that endure. Let us, then, pursue wisdom with discernment. Let us question boldly, test rigorously, and embrace ideas that enrich our lives and elevate our character. For the Stoics remind us that true knowledge is not about what we accumulate, but about how we live. It is not the brilliance of an idea that matters, but its ability to guide us toward a life of virtue, resilience, and purpose. In the pursuit of wisdom, let us seek depth over dazzle and clarity over complexity, for this is the path to a truly meaningful life. Lesson 10. The Resourceful Stoic, turning obstacles into opportunities. Life often presents us with unexpected challenges, tight deadlines, limited resources, unforeseen setbacks. It's in these moments that the true essence of Stoicism shines. The Stoics believe that every obstacle holds within it the seed of opportunity, and that resourcefulness is the key to thriving, not merely surviving. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This profound insight reminds us that what we perceive as barriers can become bridges if we approach them with creativity and determination. The foundation of Stoic resourcefulness is reframing obstacles as opportunities for growth. When faced with a challenge, the initial instinct is often frustration or despair. Yet, the Stoics encourage us to see these moments as tests of our ingenuity and resilience. Rather than lamenting what we lack, we are urged to ask, what can I do with what I have? How can I turn this to my advantage? This shift in mindset transforms limitations into catalysts for innovation and progress. Another key principle is making the most of what is available. The Stoics remind us that we don't need perfect conditions or endless resources to achieve great things. History is filled with examples of individuals who accomplished extraordinary feats with humble beginnings. Epictetus himself, born a slave, became one of the most influential philosophers of his time by leveraging his intellect and resolve. Similarly, we are called to take stock of our skills, knowledge, and relationships, recognizing that even the smallest resource can be a powerful tool when used wisely. The Stoics also stress the importance of adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and clinging rigidly to a specific plan often leads to frustration. Instead, the Stoics advise us to remain flexible, to adjust our approach as circumstances evolve. Seneca observed, "A good sailor uses the wind, no matter which way it blows." This metaphor captures the essence of Stoic adaptability, learning to navigate life's currents, even when they don't flow in the direction we had hoped. Moreover, the Stoics encourage us to cultivate a mindset of experimentation. Fear of failure often prevents us from trying new approaches, yet it is through trial and error that we discover what works. The Stoic sees failure not as a setback but as valuable feedback, a lesson that refines our methods and strengthens our resolve. By embracing experimentation, we open ourselves to possibilities we might otherwise overlook. In today's fast-paced world, the ability to adapt and make the most of available resources is more crucial than ever. Consider the entrepreneur who builds a thriving business with minimal funding, or the student who excels despite financial hardship. These individuals embody the Stoic spirit of resourcefulness, proving that success is not determined by what we have, but by how we use it. Let us, then, adopt the mindset of the resourceful Stoic. Let us face obstacles with courage, reframe limitations as opportunities, and embrace the unknown with creativity and adaptability. For in doing so, we not only overcome life's challenges, but also discover the depth of our own potential. As the Stoics teach us, the world is full of tools, opportunities, and possibilities. It is up to us to recognize and use them. With this wisdom, we can turn every obstacle into a stepping stone and every setback into a path forward. Conclusion. As we close this exploration of Stoic pragmatism, let us pause to reflect on the profound lessons we've uncovered. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, remind us that life's challenges are not obstacles to avoid but opportunities to embrace. From letting go of perfection to cultivating resilience, mastering silence, and transforming setbacks into stepping stones, these principles equip us to navigate life's complexities with clarity, strength, and purpose. Stoicism is not a philosophy of detachment or retreat. It is a philosophy of engagement. It teaches us to rise above the noise, to act with intention, and to align our lives with values that endure. The lessons of Stoic pragmatism invite us to focus on what we can control, to find fulfillment in the present, and to approach each day as a chance to grow, learn, and become better versions of ourselves. The journey of self-mastery is ongoing, but that is its beauty. Each moment, each choice, each challenge is an opportunity to practice the art of living well. By integrating these Stoic principles into our daily lives, we build not only resilience but also a deeper sense of purpose and peace. We learn to embrace life as it is, imperfect yet profoundly meaningful. If you found value in this exploration, I encourage you to take these lessons to heart and to share them with others. Together, we can create a community rooted in wisdom, resilience, and the pursuit of a life well lived. Don't let this be the end of your journey. Continue to seek, to question, and to grow. And if you're inspired to learn more about Stoicism and personal growth, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. By subscribing, you'll join a community of seekers dedicated to exploring the timeless truths of philosophy and applying them to the challenges of modern life. Your journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning. Let us walk this path together with clarity, courage, and purpose. Thank you for being part of this exploration. Until next time, may you live wisely, act justly, and face each day with the strength of a Stoic.